Hey, David, are you on? Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is it an email from Dorothy?
No, I'm doing it right now. David, are you on?
Hi, Gary. Be right with you. I'm just on the TV.
Okay, just Dottie didn't get a Zoom link. If you could resend it, it'd be great. Hi, John.
Hi, Gary. How are you?
And yourself?
I'm doing well, thank you. Did you get a new truck?
No.
Oh, I saw you had a white truck, but now I see a maroon truck at your place.
Oh, we sold the business, John.
Oh,
That's the new
I didn't know
owner.
that.
Yeah, we closed in February.
Oh boy, did you move?
Well, we're actually house sitting in our neighbor's house. We're building a house in Northport.
Oh, okay.
So they actually
Wow.
broke ground yesterday, and we're renting an apartment in Lincolnville until the house is done.
I see. Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, another chapter.
Yes.
Fully retired now, like you.
Sorry, I'm on my, oh, I'm not there. I'm on my work computer,
Okay.
discombobulated because I'm not used to being set up this way. And I have to change
There you
my
are.
background because that's Acadia, but we don't want Acadia, right? We want Lincolnville. I remember how to do it.
I thought you had a tent in your backyard.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're living in a tent now, huh?
Oh, I forget how to
Change the background.
change it when you're in a meeting.
Oh.
You know, I know you click somewhere else. I don't know.
Huh.
I give up. So next time, Lincolnville Beach.
That's a nice background for us to look at and think of the summer. David, were you able to send Dottie the link again?
No, but I will.
Yeah, she emailed me. She can't find it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Be back momentarily.
Okay. Hi, everyone else.
Good.
Here.
One, two.
Hey guys.
Hello. Well, Dottie, I know is coming on, and then I don't know if Reed's going to be on, but we have enough for a quorum. 7, yeah.
We were still finishing trying to eat our dinner from Rose before the meeting. And so I should have stopped eating sooner.
I hope it was good.
It was great. Yep.
Where did you eat, Robin?
We picked up takeout from Rose Lowell, down near Youngtown Road, Dolce Vita Bakery.
Oh, yes. I didn't know they were open.
No. Well, go on the Lincolnville bulletin board. She sells stuff kind of to order. You order weekly. She's open on Saturdays, and you have to order by noon on Wednesdays for Saturday pickup. But because of St. Patrick's Day, she did a special St. Patrick's Day dinner.
Ah,
So you took it up today. So
I
We
have
should
no
make
idea
corned
how
beef
to
and
get.
cabbage.
yes, we had, well, it was braised beef, a really, really yummy beef stew. And then colcannon, which is the mashed potato with cabbage in it. It's really good. And fresh bread and Irish chocolate stout cake. I haven't had the cake yet. That's after the meeting.
Mike
So
is waiting upstairs, just so you guys know. No
Ah,
pressure.
yeah. I figured O'Brien's would have also gotten rose food today.
Yeah.
I know, Tracy made it. She also made rye bread. We're doing
Oh,
Rubens with
ooh,
our sauerkraut.
Oh, Cuban. Nice.
very yummy.
So how do you get on the Lincolnville bulletin board? I've tried.
You have to be
3-4
invited,
times.
I think, right?
It's been so long. I don't remember. You go to, I'll send you a link, Petrea.
Oh,
Pat
thank
Putnam.
you.
Or
Contact Pat Putnam.
yeah, if you have Pat Putnam's email address, you can ask her to put, but
I've never heard of Pat Putnam.
maybe she's listening tonight. She could,
You can go to Google, and I think if you type Google Groups Lincolnville, it takes you there.
good point.
Yeah.
Well, I tried and I said I'd like to join and they never got back to me and I tried again.
Oh,
So then I just figured that maybe
well,
they didn't
no, you
want me.
probably are. Oh, have you might actually be on it and you may not have your settings set up for you to get emails from it. You have to go in. We'll get together after the meeting. We can
All
walk
right.
through it.
Well, it's 6:05, so why don't we call the meeting to order? All right. Good evening, everyone, and happy St. Patrick's Day. The first item on the agenda is to approve the minutes from January 13th, 2021. Hopefully, everyone had a chance to review them, and if there's any questions or discussions, concerns.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the January 13th minutes as submitted.
Great, thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
John, okay, good. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor signify by raising your hand. Any opposition? Abstentions? No? Okay, motion passes, thank you. All right. Now, I think, David, you're up. You have the majority of the meeting, the 21-22 Selectmen Budget Recommendation.
Thank you. Probably the easiest thing I can do. I can make this work. There it is. And if you don't mind, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to assume you all can see a cover sheet for the FY22 municipal budget.
Yep.
Selectmen's recommendations, March 8th, 2021.
Okay,
Just want to make sure everybody's starting from the same page and working from the same document, because obviously the board has reviewed what was presented about a month ago, well, a little more than a month ago now, and made some changes to the budget, and we'll review those tonight along with anything else that you have questions on or might not have heard or want to have some more information, and we'll go from there. I believe that this draft was sent to everybody via email last week. It's also, if anybody wants a paper copy, we have it here in the town office and we can get it to you that way as well. Let's see if I can make this thing work. Let's not. Let's see. Read aloud. Well, maybe if I scroll, that would work. And certainly, whoa, as I talk, if you have some questions, speak up.
okay.
We're here to get you some information.
I just want to tell you I'm here. Dottie's here.
Oh, good.
Fine.
Just to let you know where we are currently, where the budget proposal is. This is a summary sheet, which is page 2 of the budget document. The Board of Selectmen are currently recommending a $2.265 million municipal budget with revenues and offsets of $1.35 million and the net raise from property taxes of $909,098. Is a little, what, $7,000 or $8,000 more than what they did in the current year, or 0.81% greater from the property taxpayers. It is probably important to note once again that the municipal budget is a small portion of your overall tax bill. So don't think that your property tax bill is going up by 0.81%. We don't know what that will change for the coming year, but obviously your tax bill is made up of the county tax, your portion of the 5-town CSD or our high school, the expenses for Lincolnville Central School, and the municipal budget. Not going to spend much time unless somebody has some questions on the format, because I think we do this year after year after year, and the format hasn't changed. Maybe I'm going to scroll today. I don't know. There we go. Administration and finance, starting on page 4 of the budget. And a few highlights or lowlights of the changes and talking generalities about this, and certainly have some, if you have some questions, talk about where we are. Excuse me. For all existing employees of the town, the selectmen have included a cost of living of what, 1.5%, 1 point, somebody help me here, Kayla. Look.
I want to say it's 1.3, but I gotta.
It is 1.3%. To those positions, we the positions in administration and finance are the town administrator, finance director, administrative assistants, of which there are 2.5. And this year, the selectmen have proposed to create a new position called public facilities director. We've talked about that a little bit at the budget request time. This person would be primarily taking over the roles of road commissioner, deputy, or perhaps harbor master, overseeing our buildings and grounds of our buildings, the parks, recreation areas, a little bit of a catch-all, and parking, catch-all position. The wage and personnel policy board made a recommendation to the Board of Selectmen on the 8th of March regarding compensation for that person. And the high end of the compensation scale is included in the budget, not knowing what type of skills and abilities and experience somebody applying for the position might have. Moving down the page, we've all talked about FICA and Medicare to no end. Medical and dental insurance, you'll see, has a substantial change from the Board of Selectmen over what was requested in this year. Two things that drove the change. The first is health insurance is cost is increasing, or we anticipate it to be increasing soon. The Board of Selectmen have budgeted for insurance for the Public Facilities Director. Again, we don't know who that person is or if we'll even have that person, depending on town meeting and what level of insurance they'll opt to select. And the board has also approved domestic partner coverage in the budget, which we didn't offer prior. And they're hopefully on Monday going to take action to actually start offering the domestic coverage, partner coverage soon. Let's see, what else has changed any from the original request that you all heard? My eyesight's not as good as it once was. Who made the font so small? Me. I don't know how much you want me to go in depth on any of these or talk about, but I'll be happy to. But I guess I'll stop there because I think those are the major changes.
David, maybe if you could just highlight like the changes of what was requested versus what the Board of Selectmen, their recommendations are.
Yeah.
Because we all kind of should, we've had a good amount of time to look at what was requested.
Yeah. The first change was on the health insurance, from what was requested initially to what is the selectmen are recommending is the difference for the domestic partner coverage. That's the same.
That's it.
Yeah, there's a math error in there. But I think that's the only change from what was requested.
Okay. And is domestic partner coverage more expensive than, say, a spouse coverage?
No, it's the equivalent of adding a spouse. It's the same cost. There are tax issues for the recipient of that coverage, but it doesn't change the town's cost in terms of taxes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Is that Gary? Yeah, thanks. Never mind. I wasn't sure if you'd asked that question.
Does the committee, any other committee members have any questions on what David presented so far?
No, thank you.
Okay.
Okay, turning 2 pages. Animal control under protection. The selectmen didn't make any changes. It's a pretty minimal 2.3% change from the current year. Animal control officer and our shelter costs. Anyone? Is it better? Is it better to have this up on the screen? I don't know if anybody can see it either where you are or at home.
I think it's good to have on the screen. I've got a kind of a large screen here. It's a little difficult to read. It probably wouldn't hurt if you could increase the resolution, zoom in a tad, because a lot of, the bottom of most pages is empty and it would make it easier to read. Yeah, that makes it better for people at home.
Whoa.
So
Probably be better if I didn't.
I've got the PDF up so I can zoom it myself, and I'm just using, Dave, what you show, I'm using it as a guide so I know what page to be on.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
I'll leave it large like this unless somebody wants to change, and if they do, speak up.
Okay.
I figured it's for people that are going to watch this presentation.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do we know if there's any public on David besides Larry?
I can't see in this view, but
I could, David.
there are participants. Hang on just a sec.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
we have one selectman as an attendee.
Okay.
I
And
told,
we are broadcasting this on the local cable as well
Oh, okay.
and live stream. So there's all sorts of opportunity.
Robin, you have a question?
no, I was waving to the cable people and the
Oh.
Board of Selectmen person.
All right, I guess we could move on.
It's being fun.
Okay, the next is on page 7, which is protection parking enforcement. The selectman is recommending the $50 that was requested. Can't imagine there's going to be an awful lot of questions on that. That's solely for supplies for parking enforcement, which is going to fall under the responsibilities of the public facilities director, at least for the coming year. Continuing to scroll to page 8 is protection fire department. The only change to the fire department from what was requested is the selectmen have proposed to increase the stipend for the fire chief from what was recommended at $3,602 to an even $5,000. And that carries forward to a little change in the FICA and Medicare as well. Otherwise than that, I believe everything is the same. Quickly scan down through here. Everything else looks like it's the same. And I think that's because the selectmen believe that the fire chief was undercompensated for the hours he was putting in chief.
Just a quick question, David. The firefighters get compensated $15 per call. Why do they have an estimated 1,225 hours?
We pay 1 hour per call,
Oh, okay.
and we have to base the numbers based on something. And a couple of years ago, we did a little back research to see how many hours there were, and then kind of averaged that out and probably rounded it from there to 1,225.
So that's 1,225 hours annual,
So, yep. For
but
all
it
of
doesn't
it.
tell you how many calls.
No, because each call,
It'd be an hour or 10 hours, right?
you get paid one $15
That's a good point.
for the call, whether it's an hour or 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know how many firefighters actually show up per call. You know, some calls you might get 2 for a lift assist or something. For, a major structure fire will be ringing in the, everybody out of the sun.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just based, again, a couple of years ago on how many hours actually were responded to.
Okay.
So,
Or how many calls were responded to. I think if you look back in previous years, it might have said firefighters are paid $15 per hour for the first hour of the call or something to that effect. But
Okay.
so how did we get the number then? 375 divided by $15 an hour, or the 18,375 is the 1,225. So actually you're more estimating 1,225 calls in total?
no,
Like
No, hours.
we're anticipating that.
Right, but it says it's compensated based on $15 per call, but what you've got up there is $15 times the number of hours.
Right, because
So,
a call is counted for each firefighter as 1 hour.
right. So it's really that you're estimating, it's not really hours, it's really calls that we're estimating there.
Yeah, that's
Saying
why.
in total, we're gonna have 1,225 calls
No,
spread over.
no, because a call comes out for the firefighters, and let's just say, I don't know how to say this, 10 firefighters show up.
Right,
That's 10 hours.
yeah, and they're each gonna get paid, right?
Right, but we don't have 1,225 calls a year.
Well, I think you're misunderstanding. We're kind of going like this.
Yeah.
Yes, we don't have 1,225 calls, but we have 1,225 firefighter/calls. Calls times firefighters.
Correct.
That's what you're looking at, is you're
Yep.
saying you're
Yep.
expecting that many, right?
Yes.
Because as you said, there's probably more than 1,225 collective hours, because most calls will take more than an hour.
Definitely.
Okay.
I think we'll work to change that description in the coming year.
Yeah, because it
David?
is confusing because people think you had, when you divide your, what was it?
Yeah. 18,375.
The wage is 18,375 by 15 comes out to 1,225.
Right.
So maybe
David?
they need to define that a little bit clearer for
I think
people.
if we went back to the old description, it would be a whole lot clearer.
Okay,
But we'll look to change that so that people understand how that's determined.
great. Thank you, David. Any other questions from the committee?
I've got a question, Patria. If we have a fire that requires the fire department from Camden or Rockport to come, do we pay them, or is that taken care of under their town budgets?
We do not pay them. That is covered under our mutual aid agreement,
Okay,
which sets forth how firefighters responding via mutual aid are paid. We do pay our firefighters for responding. They get 1 hour for responding to a call in Camden too.
okay, that was gonna be my follow-up question.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
And
You're welcome.
that hour is included in our firefighters' wages line.
Correct.
Okay.
Great. All right, any other questions? All right, let's move on.
Going down 2 more pages.
Okay.
To protection other, which is page 10 in the budget. This is probably will be a good point to say in short order. We're going to be putting up on the town's website a little information page about town meeting, and the budget document will be on there for anybody that wants to view it from home or any place else as well. But protection other is a little bit of a catch-all for a number of things that were initially classified as protection, from street lights to insurance and legal services. And the Board of Selectmen are recommending the same amount as what was requested.
Okay. Any questions for David on this page? Seeing none, David, I guess you can move on.
All right. Town office building. Once again, the selectmen are recommending the same amount as what was requested for the upcoming year.
Any questions on this page? Are we going too fast?
Nope. Good.
Okay,
Is that a
David, I
question
don't
for me?
see any here. Dorothy, you okay? I don't see you on camera anymore.
Oh, well, I'm on my cell phone because my TV decided not to cooperate.
Okay, all right, just want to make sure you're still there.
Thank you very much. No, I'm here.
Great. All right,
Appreciate it.
Contingency is page 12. Selectmen are recommending the same amount as what was requested, which is $10,000.
okay. I don't see any question. All right, move on.
Code enforcement, whoops.
Whoop.
Selectmen are once again recommending the same amount as what was requested.
Any questions on this page? Everyone's shaking their head no, so I guess, David, you can move on.
All right.
Well, actually, I have one
Oh,
question.
hold on, Dorothy has a question. Sorry.
Oh, sugar, we appropriated $42,912, but does that mean that the 21,797 is because it's as of this date?
As of the end of December, it's like a half year.
Half
right?
year. Okay, good. Thanks. Got it. Just
Okay.
wanted to double check that.
Good, good question.
you.
All right.
Assessing, I'm gonna start sounding like a little bit of a broken record, but the selectmen are recommending the same amount as what was requested.
Okay. Any questions?
Nope.
Okay, all right, move on.
Onward. Public Works, Highways and Bridges. Once again, the selectmen are recommending what was requested for highways and bridges.
Okay.
I will note here, just for general knowledge of everybody, you'll see that the road commissioner stipend is going to zero because there's, again, under the assumption that most or all of the duties that was done by the road commissioner will fall to the public facilities director, and the wages for that are under administration and finance versus here.
Any questions? Nope, all right, move on.
This one won't take too long. We don't have any choice. The Public Works Transfer Station, selectmen are recommending what was requested, and we don't have any choice but to pay it anyway, so.
It's not a big increase.
No, it's actually a slight decrease
Yeah. Nice.
without a bag fee change.
Any questions? Okay, Harbor Master.
Public Works Harbor, which is page 17. Board of Selectmen are recommending same amount as what was requested, 25,972.
I see you took out the Harbor Master's stipend just for the fact that the new road commissioner or public work commissioner will be taking over those duties, correct?
Yeah, it may, the public facilities director may actually end up being a deputy harbor master. That hasn't been determined. Deputy harbor master has the same authority as the harbor master, both by our ordinance and in state statute. The other thing that we've taken out of this and moved to someplace else is the inland harbor master stipend. Not quite sure how that ended up in here back in the day, but it's been in there prior to my arrival and just didn't make any sense. The rest of those expenses are all marine related.
Mm-hmm.
We moved the inland harbor master to the next page, which is other because they don't do marine stuff. It's solely inland.
Okay, good. Any questions?
I guess I have one.
Okay, Robin.
If we're assuming that the new position is most likely being the assistant harbor master, why didn't we zero that one out and keep the stipend for the harbor master in the budget?
We'll probably have an assistant as well as a deputy, depending on the knowledge, skills, and abilities of the person. And we'll also have a period of time where it's unlikely that we're going to have a public facilities director as of July 1. And we have a deputy that hopefully will continue on and help for a period of time after.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions? Seeing none, David, I think you can move ahead.
Okay. Public Works Other is, again, a little bit of a catch-all from anything related to Public Works. It doesn't fit neatly into the harbor or transfer station or highways and bridges. There are a few changes from what was requested versus what the selectmen have recommended, and I'll try to hit those highlights here. If I can remember what they were.
Like septic disposal contract?
Septic disposal contract, our current vendor for that, we're required by state statute to either have our own facility for septic disposal or to contract with a company. The company we contract with was looking for a fairly substantial increase. We found another company, Interstate Septic in Rockland, that was willing to contract with us for less money, and the selectmen chose to take that option, assuming the budget's passed.
They're a good company. Any question from the committee? Seeing none. Okay, we can move on.
Okay. Boards and committees, the selectmen recommended the same thing as was what was requested.
Okay. Any questions? Seeing none. All right. We're zipping through this.
Yeah.
It's a testament to all the prep and presentations we've had.
So, municipal support, same old broken record, selectmen recommending the same thing as what was requested.
I have a question.
Sure, Dottie.
It's kind of well, it is a question. On the Historical Society, what does that cover now? I don't know. Who owns that building to begin with, where the Historical Society is?
The Lincolnville Historical Society now owns that building.
They do, okay, so that's a private owned building.
No
So-
longer owned by the town of Lincolnville, correct?
Exactly, thank you. So the historical, that money that you're budgeting for them is just like a stipends kind of thing, because we do that for so many other nonprofits.
Yeah, they've been requesting funds for a number of years to assist them in their mission.
Right,
And they chose to request the same amount for the coming year as past years.
okay,
And selectmen thought that was reasonable and appropriate.
yep, okay. I just wanted clarification of the ownership of the building and that they are now the Historical Society. Okay, got it, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? No. All right, move on.
Okay. Provider agencies, you folks have already made your recommendations and the Board of Selectmen concurred with your recommendations.
David, just, I was going to bring this up under new business, but it's probably appropriate now. When we did meet and the American Red Cross discussion came about, we were going to ask Dottie, I think, was going to reach out to see why they didn't submit, but I haven't heard. Dottie, did you have a chance to talk with
Oh.
them?
Yes, I did, and they didn't have time to get back to me.
All right, so then we'll just keep it. I guess the committee's fine with that then. That was just an open item for the budget committee.
Right, I understand, but that's why I didn't report anything, because there was nothing to report.
Okay, so I assume the committee's good then with our recommendations of 0 for them?
Yes,
Okay, good. All right. Okay, David, that's good.
Yay.
and I
Capital-
appreciate that question.
You're welcome.
Sorry.
No problem.
The capital improvement program, which is on page 23, has some changes from what was requested versus what the selectmen wish to carry in the budget. I'll focus on the changes. The harbor improvements, the Board of Selectmen struck out, and you'll see that crossed out or struck through in the description about halfway down the page, the design and construction of a pedestrian walkway and waiting area roof structure for $15,000. So they've reduced the appropriation or the request from 45,000 down to 30. The plan is to proceed with that, but to take the funds for those improvements out of harbor savings account.
Savings account?
Yeah,
Sorry.
we have a harbor savings account where any funds not expended from the Public Works harbor budget, harbor donations, excess harbor fees, I think that's it. Monies go into harbor savings account based on, or reserve account for the harbor based on actions taken by town meeting, I don't know, some 20, 25 years ago. They also get half of the boat excise tax above what we appropriate to reduce taxes goes into that account. We've used that account in the past for primarily for matching grants that we've been able to obtain for improvements there and other, for lack of a better word, catastrophes. If we've had some storm damage that's occurred during the year, they've taken it from that account as well.
Roughly, do you know what the balance of that might be in there right now?
We're anticipating by the end of the fiscal year, there'd be about $145,400.
Oh, there it is, right underneath there. Sorry, David, I didn't read that line.
That's okay. I thought you were going to think I was a genius to come up with that number just like that.
I thought you were a genius.
Yeah, you are.
Thanks.
Yeah, no, that's good. Then you're not going to drain the account for that. I had no idea how much was in that account.
Yeah, we have this past, what was it, a year ago? Yeah, we replaced the a portion of the deck. We're in the process now of having a float constructed for us, and we've got a number of pending other issues that are substantial in cost there, I guess.
Okay.
Is there a reason they're not in the budget?
They're not, shall I say, mature enough or ready to go in
Okay,
terms
so
of
you-
cost estimating.
Gotcha. And so you're thinking that this savings account will be used towards some of those as the costs become known in the coming year?
I think there's, I'll pick on one of these examples that's in this budget. They're looking to do design and environmental permitting of a new and improved boat launching ramp at the harbor. I think the hope, dream, and aspiration is that we'll be able to find some grant funds for that or for a portion of that work, but that we'll need substantial monies available to us for match. Most matches or most grants now don't seem to be 100%. It's more of a partnership of, 75-25 or 50-50 or something like that. So the Board of Selectmen know that the conceptual costs are in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they want to have some monies available should we be fortunate enough to obtain a grant or have to apply when we apply to be able to say we have a match available.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Other changes from what was requested, athletic infrastructure is a reduction. Let me get that up. The Board of Selectmen looked to, rather than fund the remaining work for the tennis court resurfacing, is put a little bit more money into the athletic infrastructure account, thinking that it would still be several years out before that was actually resurfaced, rather than trying to fund it all in one year. And the only other was the technology upgrade. They've kept the money in the budget for the server replacement and setting up what's necessary for remote access, but they took out the portable devices for each member of the Board of Selectmen.
Okay. All right, any questions from the committee? Yes. I don't see any. Okay.
Debt service is no change to the request. Back in 2008, the town pledged its full faith and credit to pay that bill. So guess what? We're either going to pay it or someone's going to make us pay it.
Yeah.
I'm going to scroll beyond that.
Okay.
Oh boy, that gets us down to the totals. So once again, the total municipal budget proposed for the upcoming year is $2,265,498. From that, Somehow, yeah, that is, whoops, that's the right number. That number is reduced somewhat from what was requested in total. In addition, the revenues and budget offsets, I think the selectmen left the same as what was requested. They did at $1,356,400, leaving the net to be raised by property taxes in the gray line at 909,098, which is 0.8% above what the 901,000 this year. That's a lot of numbers and a quick run through.
Any questions for David? Did somebody want a moment to digest all this information?
While you're all digesting, I'll say that the board is at their meeting this upcoming Monday. They'll be receiving a draft town meeting warrant. And they are looking, once again, due to the restrictions from the pandemic, at doing town meeting via solely via referendum ballot on June. I don't remember the date in June, but I probably can look it up.
I'd say June 8th, maybe.
Yeah, it's the second Tuesday in June, whatever that is.
Well, the
And
local election's on Tuesday, June 8th.
yep, so that'll be the same day, Tuesday, June 8th, from 8 to 8 in the school. If we do a solely referendum ballot, people will be able to vote via absentee too. We'll have ballots available 30 days prior.
Okay, any questions from anyone? We still have a lot of time to review before we make our recommendations too. So I'm sure David or Kayla will be happy to answer any questions in the future. If you go back over everything and have a question, I'm sure they would be happy to answer.
I have one question that I'd like an explanation for because I don't know if I fully understand this last, okay, on the revenue budget offsets, the last one.
Mhm.
So when it's all said and done, it says net to be raised is, for this year is what was requested was 9,200,000. No, that it's not. Go ahead.
$929,093.
Right. And so, but the selectmen have a difference. They have a roughly $20,000 difference between it. So when we vote, I need some explanation of when we're voting on this, we set our own sum figure, or do we, how does that work, please?
Yeah, you'll, that dovetails with the warrant that the selectmen are going to review on Monday that we'll have for your next budget presentation. It'll have the various spots where they'll be looking for budget committee recommendations.
Okay.
But there's a column almost to the far right that says BudCom recommend. Yep. You folks are free to fill in any number you wish there by majority vote on both the revenues and expense on the expense side, so that we can ultimately plug that into the warrant. But
okay.
I don't know if that helps at all, Dottie, or not.
Yeah, it really does. It really does. Sorry, I was just getting myself confused on all the different abbreviations. So I got it. Thank you very much.
And Dottie, we're scheduled, if the schedule doesn't change, to meet on April 6th to make our recommendations on that.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
We have the school budget presentation on Tuesday, March 23rd.
Okay. Oh, all right. That one I didn't have. I probably should have, but I didn't. All right. 23rd, you said?
Yeah. Yes. I don't think anything changed.
Okay. I just didn't put it down. Thank you.
Welcome.
Oh.
Because I think, John, you guys will finalize your budget on April 5th, right? Okay, good. Any questions from the committee? I don't see any. David, thank you very much. You did a terrific job as usual.
Pleasure. Thank you all.
Thank you,
And,
David.
The next item on the agenda is there any new business for the committee to discuss? Hi, Reed, thanks for joining.
Oh, when did Reed join?
I know.
What, you're just noticing me now? I've been here all night. What do you, I don't understand.
We don't get, hi, Reed. Nice to see you.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
My wife had a Zoom meeting and we only have one computer. So I was SOL.
Okay.
But you're here now. So you joined sometime before 6:40.
So
Some
is there any,
my timing is perfect.
Well,
okay.
Reed, if it makes you feel better, I have two computers, neither one of them works, so I had to resort to my phone.
All right, any new business?
I feel much better.
Good. I thought you would.
Is there a way to turn the volume down? You guys are awfully loud.
On your computer keyboard, there should be a volume key.
It's on you, Reed.
Yeah, it's on your side.
Oh, it's on my side. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, she had it all the way up, I guess.
So hi, Ed.
There we
Nice
go.
to see you.
Okay.
You know,
Hey, Dottie, how
I
are
miss
you?
being here. Good.
So I don't see anyone with any new business. I'll certainly entertain a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
Second.
Wait.
Wait, hold
I
on.
just got here. I
I got corned beef upstairs, Reed.
Yeah.
okay.
Reed,
Who
call
seconded?
me and I'll
If we
explain
must
anything to
adjourn,
you.
we must adjourn.
Ed
I
seconded it, Robin.
And
I second.
I'll do, any objections? Okay, all in favor, raise their hand. No abstentions, I take it.
I
Motion
raised
passed.
my hand since you can't see me.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you, everyone, and happy St. Patrick's Day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, we'll be seeing you